Yo, man, what's good, YouTube, man? Show about my candidates, aka Mr. Never, but man, this video, man, we got woman, you know, saying Bates in public and then kills herself. If you guys new, man, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. Run the road to 1,100 subs. Notified, man. Get it.
First, 2021, officers from the Tybee Island Police Department descended on Tybee Island Beach in Tybee Island, Georgia. The police had been called by a member of the public because, according to them, a woman had walked past the caller's family tent several times and eventually had found a spot a short distance away in front of it. After placing a towel down on the sand, the caller said the woman started touching herself inappropriately.
Wow.
I could hear moaning. As you'll see, the woman in question appears to be confused at first, but when confronted by the claims made against her, she starts to give her version of events and tries to reason with her actions.
Niggas don't get is why is she doing this at the beach? Like, you can't do this at your home, in your hotel. Like, you can't do that there. You go to the beach where possibly there's kids there. Like, come on, bro.
Nice. How
you doing, ma'am? I'm Officer Dollar, Type P. Can we speak to you for a second? We'll get you over there. Go ahead and bring your stuff.
Yeah.
He knows what's up, bro. Come on, bro.
Yep. What's your name, ma'am?
Chris?
Chris?
Do you have your ID on you? Chris? Yeah, can I ask what the problem is?
Alright, so someone called us. We got multiple calls about you. About something pertaining on the beach.
Yes.
Were you supposed to be, were you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing?
I should not clueless.
Like, what were you doing on the beach? Like, prior to coming here? Prior to coming here? Were you at the beach?
Why do people act, bro, answer the question. Why do people act clueless? Bro, you know you got caught. People called you back because, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you was, you know what I'm saying, with yourself. So, like, and then now she wanna act delusional and clueless, like she don't know what's going on or what's happening.
At some point in time.
Okay, I don't understand. There was nobody. I was just sitting on my towel. Nobody was around me.
Okay, and you were over at the beach?
Like I was near the water.
Near the water?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, like I said, someone called and they saw you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing.
No, that's not true. Okay, look, is this something that my phone should be off for or on for?
You could, whatever you want to do. It's your right. If you want to record this conversation, you can. But we are also recording, so you know.
Okay, can you show? I mean, who did I offend? I don't understand. What did I do? What did I do?
So apparently you were masturbating on the beach.
Who saw that?
I mean, a couple people.
No, they didn't. That's not true.
Why would they call us that?
Okay, because I was by myself. Now I will tell you this: the only way that somebody would have called you is if it was a military operation. They're fucking doing this.
You mean military?
Never mind. Okay, so nobody was around. It was an anonymous call. Is this one of my buddies? Okay,
No,
one of my buddies.
No, it's not one of your buddies. It's a family.
Okay, look, let me show you what I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything in the bag?
No.
Is it alright if I look through it? I mean, if you can open it and can I see the contents inside the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
So, first she was acting clueless. Then when he said what they called about, then she said, "Oh, they didn't see me." If you said you was, you know what I'm saying, moaning or whatever it is, I mean, dog.
I don't really understand what y'all.
We're just here because someone called and we're very concerned. Okay.
This is really highly offensive to me.
I got it. I got you. And that's why I'm trying to figure
It's
it out.
It's my vibrator, but I just put it in my. I was sitting on the beach, and I just. Okay. Do I get a ticket?
So you did have a vibrator.
Listen, I was sitting on the water like this, and I just put it in there, and it was covered up, and I just had an orgasm. I'm sorry, I was stressed out.
Oh my gosh. First of all, you're at the beach, whatever you're at, possibly, like I said, it could possibly be kids there. Kids are not supposed to be seeing that or hearing.
Okay, just hang tight for me.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
if you saw me, I was in the water. Okay, so what, if this is anonymous, call somebody.
It's crazy.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
People did see it. We didn't get a call for no reason.
I swear to God, I was sitting in the water. Nobody saw it.
I got you. Well, I mean, if nobody saw it, then they wouldn't have called, right?
If nobody saw it.
Man, please, don't do this to me.
And she about to cry. She ain't crying crocodile tears. She not crying. Come on, bro.
You want to take primary notice?
She not crying. When people cry like this, crocodile tears, they're not crying. They're trying to do this so they can, so that people can feel bad. Come on now, she ain't crying, bro.
Okay, I got you.
This is ridiculous. What am I being arrested for?
Indecent exposure.
Indecent exposure.
No, but I didn't have any of my body
Someone
parts
called.
out.
It doesn't matter. A family saw it. They had kids.
They, what?
Oh, gee.
There
That's why they
was
called.
nobody around me.
So,
Nothing in here that shouldn't be in here?
No.
Okay.
well, I'm just gonna throw this in here. Okay.
We'll go through it at the car.
Yep.
This yours, man? This yours?
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is Jesus Christ. Because it's not. This is not going to go very well.
Man.
Okay, now. We're gonna have that, you know.
Did they call? I don't get why she even really did this in the first place. Why are you doing that at a beach? Go to your house. Go to a hotel. Like,
All right. Awesome.
he's stupid.
Oh, it's right here? Sweet, thank you so much. What's your name? Amber? Yeah.
And he got himself a drink. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is crazy. Crazy.
Confirmation.
Really
Ma'am?
crazy. Alright, this is a bunch of nothing, so let's go and skip to where they talk about her or in the car or whatever.
You got her ID yet?
No, we haven't gotten an ID yet.
I'll look for her ID.
I still have it in the bag. $15, Tabby. Can you run a Georgia 27?
Wait, do you guys know what would they charge her for? Like, what type of charge would they charge her for? I mean, it says she's off herself, so I mean, what do they charge her for?
Okay.
There's nothing in there. Camera I'm really checking for it. And the thing is, why would she bring that to the beat? Like, are you that? Oh, I don't want to say the word, but why would you bring that to the beach or whatever you're at? Why would you, like, are you that? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the word because I don't know. No, say it, but are you serious? Like, bro,
Use track.
I'm not checking for it. Crazy.
She said there's a vibrator in there.
Yeah, she said she didn't have that.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Bro, is he still looking for the device? Do not show it. Please don't show it. I think he found it.
It's a bullet style. That's what
He
they call
found it. Oh my gosh.
Jesus. Knows you going through it. You locking everything.
Yo.
Yep.
Man, that's a nice car they gave the police a Dodge.
I mean, and she admitted to it, and she said she had an orgasm on the beach and all that other good mess. So.
Orgasm on the beach. See, I want to know is who called the cops. I want to know who's the family. Because it said the person I called was a family with kids. So I wonder when they was walking past, wonder if that was them. I wanted the kids, but I want to know who called the cops. But
Yeah.
they probably won't release
Cool.
that, but
It's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Alrighty. What's that? Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I got you. And I mean, to be completely honest with you, I really don't care what you did, you know, but again, someone saw it, so that's why we're here, you know? I mean, if you're gonna...
see, police really don't care, but they gotta call set out. Of course they have to, but I don't think I'm pretty sure they didn't really give a fuck what she did on the beach. It just, you know, some people saw her and caught her, so they called the cops.
If you're gonna do something like that, you know, don't get caught. That's all I have to say, you know?
See?
So, I mean, I got nothing against you, you know?
See?
34-year-old Christina Ashley Revels.
See, cops, see, what cops do, stuff like, I feel like stuff like this, I feel like cops don't really care. Like, of course they have to, you know, but I feel like stuff like this don't really care. You know what I'm saying? If you get caught, I mean, they have to, you know what I'm saying, come to the scene, but I feel like they didn't really give a fuck about somebody doing it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Glick was arrested and charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct. If
Oh,
you're not
that's she
familiar
charged
with
with?
this story, then you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's the end of it. She went through the legal process and received her punishment. In the state of Georgia, a first offence of indecent exposure is classed as a misdemeanor. So you'd be right to think that she got a slap on the wrist. But what if I told you she didn't even make it through the whole legal process? Because she passed just months after her arrest. But the circumstances surrounding her death aren't as straightforward as you may think.
What?
Christina's life, leading up into the beach incident, had been a, quote, wild one, according to one unnamed relative. And although there isn't much information about her early life, we do know that the beach incident wasn't her first run-in with the law. She got in trouble, got herself arrested. She went to prison in Florida. It isn't entirely clear why she specifically went to prison.
So you're telling me she did this before too? Oh, wow.
But we do know that she had been arrested on a handful of occasions. In 2018, she was accused of stealing a car, and in that same year, she was arrested a handful of times for public drunkenness. Her life prior to the 2018 arrests was far from stable. You see, she had 2 sons with 2 different men, a 19-year-old from a relationship way back in the day, and a 15-year-old from a marriage that ended in divorce in 2015. Although the divorce went through in 2015, the marriage had broken down years before. Just 6 months after the 15-year-old was born, she left the family home to go on her own journey in life. The child was left with his father. Over the years, she had little contact with either of her children and their fathers, but on at least one occasion, she and her at the time husband rekindled. After she spent time in jail, her husband took her back, but she was wild. A short while after they got back together, she fell in with a real bad crowd. She was drinking and taking drugs. By 2020, Christina had made her own way in life once again, and she had been living at a property in Hinesville, Georgia. I'm not judging, but there were a lot of men, and we heard she worked at a strip club too. She was always nice to talk to, always smiled, said hello to our kids when she was coming in and out. She always paid her rent on time. In that sense, she was a model tenant.
Even with my new partnership with
Man, see, I don't know. That just seems like I don't really know.
Came March of 2022. On the 19th, landlady Felicity Rollins contacted police to request a welfare check on Christina. She had missed her latest payment for rent. A couple of weeks had gone by and Felicity couldn't get hold of her. When police arrived, it was reported that, quote, negative contact was made. Then they left. Remember, Ashley wasn't considered a vulnerable adult in the eyes of authorities, and there were no reports to police that she could be in any sort of danger, so there wasn't much they could do about it. Over the next 12 days, Felicity continued to try and reach out to Christina, but all attempts failed.
So it seems like she was a troubled person, I guess. I don't know. It seemed like she wanted to be loved, but she didn't know how to. I don't know. It seemed like.
Then, on the 31st of March, 2022, Felicity and her boyfriend decided it was for the best to enter the property to see what was going on for themselves. It was then a gruesome discovery was made. I was sitting waiting in my truck when Felicity and her boyfriend came down and said, "Something's wrong. We think there's a dead body in there." They'd pretty much turned straight around when they opened the door. I didn't believe it. I thought they were messing, so I went up. When Felicity's family friend, Gareth White, entered the apartment, he knew straight away that someone had died. The smell alone was enough to tell him that. And so there she was, Christina decomposing on the floor in the property. She had been dead for roughly a month. After an investigation...
For a month? Oh, wow. For a month? Did she do that because she didn't want to go back to jail or something? Or she didn't want to get locked up again? She murdered? But it says she's been there for a month and they couldn't even get a hold of her, so... That's crazy, man.
Detectives concluded that she took her own life for reasons unknown. But people connected to the incident don't really buy into that story and want police to explore the possibility that she may have been murdered. After the discovery was made, Felicity asked her sister Whitney Phillips to...
But then, if she was murdered, who wanted to murder her though? And they said who was if she was that possibility, who wanted to murder her? You know what I'm saying? And why? You know what I'm saying? When, where, and why? Like why? If that even is a possibility.
To act on her behalf moving forward, as the incident was too much for her to handle. When Whitney entered the property, she noticed that there was blood in every room. Not only that, but there was other evidence to suggest foul play. There was blood in every room in the apartment, but there were other things like unopened packages, things for the apartment, like she was expecting still to do things. Why would she be ordering stuff for the house? Why would she still be paying her bills if she was planning to end it? She was never late on rent. I didn't sleep right for a week after seeing the inside of that apartment. You could see the marks on the wall where her body had been, and on the carpet where it had laid. To me, it looked like she was panicking, trying to get away, trying to save her life. Why would she be moving through the house like that? That doesn't make no sense.
That's true.
Jonathan Johnson and his wife Jasmine, downstairs neighbors, think Christina was murdered too. The Johnsons believe they heard the actual murder taking place but didn't want to intervene because they weren't too sure. They say a man who
Wait, but like, who wanted to murder her though? It's the thing, bro. And some people that like didn't hear her scream or nothing like
actually
that.
have been seeing needs to be taken in for questioning. I believe that dude killed her. We heard a lot of commotion that one night, then we never saw her or heard her again. I asked, should we call the police? But you're not too sure sometimes. Like, if you get involved, maybe you'll get hurt too. That guy was there all the time and his car was over there that night. When we came out the next day, it was gone. That night, it was like a lot of heavy walking and moving around going on. After that, it was just silent up there. And so, it's been well over a year since police reached their conclusion. We can't rule out that they'd ever change their theory and investigate the possibility that Christina was murdered, but we can say, for at least now anyway, that they don't think she was.
That's crazy, man. RP her, man. That was a good video. That's crazy, man. We don't really know what's happened. We don't really know, man. Hopefully there'll be more updates on this. Even if the cops probably don't want to look into it. You know how cops do. Sometimes they don't look at that thing. But if you like that, man, like, subscribe, share, man. It's been Mickal. I'm out.